Okay, Oak Rovers, this is a video that's going to help you set up and solve proportions that use either part-to-part ratios or part-to-total ratios. Let's look at our first problem. The ratio of boys to girls is 3 to 4. I have the rest of the problem hidden because I want to talk about the types of ratios I can write from the information I have so far. There are two part-to-part ratios, boys to girls, which is 3 to 4, and girls to boys, which is 4 to 3. And I have two part-to-total ratios, which is boys to total students, which is 3 to 7. Now the way I got the 7 is I added up the 3 boys and the 4 girls to get 7 total students. So that's a 3 to 7 ratio from boys to total students, and a 4 to 7 ratio for girls to total students. Let's look at the rest of the problem and see what it says. The ratio of boys to girls is 3 to 4. If there are 36 boys in the class, how many girls are there? Now, the rest of the problem is going to help me find my variables and set up the proportion. The two variables in the rest of the problem are going to be boys and girls. So those are the variables I'm going to put in my double number line. Boys and girls. Now I can use the ratio of boys to girls for my part-to-part ratio, 3 boys to 4 girls, and put those down also, 3 boys and 4 girls. And from the rest of the problem, I'm going to get the rest of the information. If there are 36 boys in the class, how many girls are there? So the number of boys in the class are 36. And I'm trying to find out the number of girls in the class, so I'm going to put a question mark down for that. Now some of you might be able to see the relationship between 3 and 36. And the relationship between 3 and 36 is I can multiply 3 by 12 to get 36. Now to solve for my question mark, or what I use for x, I can do the same thing for the number of girls. So I'm going to take 4 times 12 for my question mark, and that's going to be equal to 48. Now if I don't know how to do that by going side by side, I can also set up a cross multiplying problem. I'll take 3 times my question mark, and that's going to be equal to 4 times 36. So 3 times question mark is equal to 4 times 36. Then I multiply both sides. 3 times question mark is 3x. 4 times 36 is 144. And then if I divide both sides by 3, I'm going to get x is equal to 48. And that's how I solve a proportion using part-to-part ratios. Now, the next problem is going to be the ones that are giving us a little bit more problems. And those are part-to-total ratios. So I have the same problem set up, but this time I'm going to show you how to use it with part-to-total ratios. So the problem's the same. The ratio of boys to girls is 3 to 4. But now my rest of the problem is going to look a little different. If there are 63 total students, how many are girls is what the rest of the problem says this time. Now I'm going to get my variables from this rest of the problem. My two variables in the rest of the problem are total students and girls. So I'll put girls down as one variable and total students down as my other variable. So then I'm going to come over here to my part-to-total ratio, and I want to look for girls to total students. The ratio of girls to total students is 4 to 7. So I'll put those two numbers in. And then from the rest of the problem, I know that there's 63 total students. And I want to be able to find how many of those are girls. So my question mark is going to be how many girls there are. Now I have a relationship between 7 and 63 that some of you may be able to see. I can multiply 7 by 9 to get 63. So I'm going to do the same thing on the top. I'm going to multiply 4 by 7 to get my answer for the number of girls. And 4 times 9, excuse me, it was 9, not 7, but 4 times 9 is equal to 36 girls. I can also do this one by cross multiplying as well. I can take 7 times my question mark is equal to 4 times 63. So if I write that down, 7 times question mark is equal to 4 times 63. I multiply both sides. I get 7x is equal to 252. and then I can divide both sides by 7, and I get x is equal to the same answer, 36. And that's how you set up a proportion using part to total ratios. Hopefully this helped. You can watch this as many times and maybe you'll get a better understanding of it if you didn't quite get it the first time. Go ahead and try and work on some of the problems and see how it goes.